Hey, what's going on guys? Quamii here. Welcome back to the channel and thank you so much for checking out this video. So I've brought you guys another guide video for the Cycle Frontier and we're going to be talking about how to get over gear fear, building confidence, and what can you do about gear fear. Just a heads up, I'm just telling you the method that worked for me and this won't necessarily work for you. People feel different ways about it. In regards to gear fear, so this is just the way that worked specifically for me. So if getting over gear fear sounds good to you, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, ring the bell and all that jazz guys, much appreciated. Cheers for the support. Feel free to swing by the live stream and say hello sometime. I stream on Twitch and I stream regularly at twitch.tv/Quamii. All other details will be in the description box down below. Now we got all that stuff out of the way guys, let's get into it. Okay, let's start from the beginning. Gear fear. What is gear fear? Gear fear is the fear of losing your gear and you are scared of dying. That's basically what it comes down to. You don't want to lose your gear because you're scared of dying in the game and therefore you choose not to use the high-end gear. So the first thing I'm going to suggest to you is to build yourself a stash. So I want you guys to build up a stash to where you feel comfortable that it's got plenty of gear and plenty of loot, so then you feel comfortable about using it and you're not going to feel bad if you die and you lose your gear. So if you only had a couple of kits to use, you'll be less inclined to use them, while if you had a whole bunch of kits, you'll be more inclined to use them and not feel so bad when you lose them. So by firing up a whole bunch of armors and guns, you're not going to feel too bad about losing it, and that's what I did. I got myself a whole bunch of exotic gear and purple gear, mainly just by farming it. By getting the materials to craft them at the printer. So that's my next suggestion to you guys. Start farming the materials for the printer so you can keep printing armors. So you just eventually you have a whole bunch of them and you're not going to feel so bad about not using them. It's very easy to get the materials, but the main one that you're probably going to ask me that you're going to struggle with is to get smart mesh. And I'm going to tell you right now, the best place to get smart mesh is in Smart Mesh City is what we call it. It's southwest of the Lakeside building on Crescent Falls. I'll mark it on a map right here so you know where it is. It's just a whole bunch of dumpsters. Go check the dumpsters and go check the entire area. There's usually a few of them lying around. Just grab them up and just extract from your raid and get them out of there. There's your smart mesh. But the main point of this is to build like a cushion of comfortability of gear in your stash, so when you die, you're not going to feel bad about losing it. You're going to think, oh well, I got plenty more to go, I'll just grab another one, no big deal. That's what you need to do, okay? Alright, so the next point we're going to talk about actually correlates with the first point, and that is you don't have a lot of money in your stash. So you need your money to buy ammo, utility like smoke grenades, and potentially buy armors and whatnot. You know, there's heaps of stuff that you can use your K-marks for. You might be struggling to be making money in the game. I was usually comfortable using the better guns and the gear when I had around about, when I first hit 1,000,000 K-marks. That's when I was very comfortable. And I was like, yeah, I can go buy the more expensive guns and all that and start crafting this and that. And I felt comfortable about it. And even if I died a few times, I knew I had money and the stash to sort of back it up, and I didn't really feel too bad about it. So that could be a factor for you. You haven't got a lot of money in your stash to be able to back up the gear and whatnot, to buy the ammo and the attachments and such for like the bigger guns like the KBRs and the Voltaic Brutes, etc, etc. It's really not that difficult to farm money in this game. You have like a generator in your player quarters. I suggest you try and max it out as much as you can. That also helps a lot with your income. Another thing you can do is, and this is what I also did, is I farmed the jungle a lot. So by farming the jungle, I killed all the marauders, all the Jeffs, and I got all the bone plates and also the marauder fleshes. And I also would loot the crash ship and the jungle camp, and I'll just grab all the goodies and then I would just leave. If I ran into players, I'd kill them. Sometimes they'd kill me too, but it is what it is. But that's generally what I did to farm money. It really wasn't that difficult. So if I can do it, then you can do it too, man. Trust me. You can do it. Another big one that affects the players to use the higher end gear is because you lack experience. Now, by playing more naturally, you're going to get more experience and you're going to get more comfortable with the game. Some people even told me, you know, I've been playing quite a while and I'm still struggling with gear fear. I don't know what's going on. So my answer to you is this. Try to fight the players as much as you possibly can. As soon as you hear gunshots, just start running towards it. Don't worry too much about dying. I know it sucks when you die, but man, it's just, you got to get over it. And the only way to get over it is to actually fight it head on. And that's kind of what I'm trying to tell you guys. And also, part of that as well is lack of map knowledge. I know for the first time, especially on Crescent Falls, I didn't know where the hell to go, okay? I had no clue what's going on. And that also affected me and how I would play the game, because I don't know where I'm going. I'm unfamiliar with the terrain. And when you're playing in unfamiliar terrain, you tend to play more timid and scared, and you don't really want to take any risks, right? You know that feeling. Surely you do. So even just by going into the map, even just with white gear, with stuff that you don't care about, just go run around the map, get familiar with the terrain. It's really important to feel comfortable and get to know where things are on the map. By simply not knowing, it can affect a player's confidence and make a player very anxious. So when push comes to shove and you get into a fight, this can hold a player back from making the good plays in order to win their fights, and makes the player not play their best game. So get more experience, fight the players more, learn the maps more, learn the terrain more. So here's the next one, and this is a big one. You guys who've been watching the channel for a while know I'm a solo player primarily, and every now and again I'll dabble with duos with a couple of viewers or something like that, right? But for me, generally speaking, when I'm on my own, I don't have the luxury of someone holding my hand for me to give me comfort to when I play these games to watch my back, okay? I have to do it myself, more or less. Yeah, that's right, I said it. I held my own hand. Anyway, so because I don't have anyone to watch my back for me, I did the only thing that I could to truly get over gear fear and to get into the action, and that was to play heaps of Crescent Falls. And that's what I've been doing for like the past couple of months. All I've been doing is playing Crescent Falls because I'm trying to fight the players there. I know this is like the big PvP map where most of the people go purely because they want action. So that's where I've been going. I've been trying my best to fight all the players as much as I possibly can. And I kept doing it until I was truly over gear fear. So now my standard will be just purples, sometimes even exotic gear, and I'm using like the Voltaic Brutes and as you can see, the Core 47. I would never use this in Season 1. Back when I started, I'd be like, no way, Jose. That's too valuable, I'm not using it. But now it's like standard to me, and I've gotten into heaps of fights and I've had a real great time playing Crescent Falls. So if you haven't started playing Crescent Falls, you can do it with a friend, of course. If you want to play duos or trios, whatever the hell you want, you go for it. But I don't have any friends, so I played solo and I got into heaps of action, and that's pretty much what I did until I got over gear fear. This worked for me. So this is going to be a bit of a bonus tip I'm going to throw in there at the end before we end this video for you guys. People have told me that the reason why, or part of the reason why they have gear fear is because they're scared to fight the other players, and of course by that they're also scared of dying. So what I'm going to tell you guys is something that I learned from playing Street Fighter 3 Third Strike when I was playing competitively-ish, and that was my main game for a very, very long time. I even talked about this in my Escape from Tarkov videos because it translated from Street Fighter to Escape from Tarkov, now it translates to the cycle, and this is what it is. When I wanted to improve, I got help from one of the best players in the world, and this is what he told me in regards to being scared of the other players and whatnot. He told me, never be scared of your opponents, make your opponents scared of you. So what I mean by that in regards to the cycle is this. How many times have you ran into a player and he was just so aggressive and he was just landing all of his shots and you just knew straight away, holy crap, I'm gonna die. That player, that guy who did that to you, you know you've been in that situation before, don't act like you haven't. That player is doing something right, and that's what you need to start doing. If you can learn from your mistakes and start being aggressive and start attacking the opponents as much as possible, they're going to start being scared. And when you start making them scared, they're going to make mistakes. And you know as well as I do, as soon as you make a mistake, it's game over for you. So that's kind of the mentality I want you guys to be trying to take on. For me, I know the second that I started playing aggressive is when I knew I was over gear fear, and I hope you guys can get to the same place. Where you start being more aggressive and you're attacking the opponents instead of being defensive and waiting for them to come to you and all that sort of stuff. If you play your cards right, you can almost always get out of any situation and you can beat most of the players. So now I'm telling you what was told to me. Don't be scared of your opponents. Make your opponents scared of you. Adapt that mentality and you'll end up being less concerned about dying and losing your gear, and you'll start being more concerned about winning your fights and how to outplay the other prospectors in order to achieve victory. Alright guys, that's what I've got for you today. Hopefully this video helped, and hopefully the tips and stuff that I provided give a better explanation on how to overcome gear fear. Remember, this is just what I did and this is what worked for me. It won't necessarily work for you, But hopefully, at least some of the things you can relate to and you can take it on board, and it'll help you get over your fear of losing your gear. So if you found this video useful, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, ring the bell and all that jazz, guys. Much appreciated. Cheers for the support. Feel free to swing by the live stream and say hello sometime. I stream 6 days a week, Monday through to Saturday, at twitch.tv/Quamii. All other details will be in the description box down below. Remember to keep practicing, keep improving, hang in there, stay Quam, and hopefully I'll see you guys in the live stream.